The planting and processing of dates, the favorite dessert bread of locals in the Middle East. Why are dates so sweet? Is it pickled with sugar? Let's take a look at how the date palm, known as desert bread, is grown and processed. Planting date palms can be propagated by seedling and tissue culture. Large-scale plantations generally use the latter. Workers take a date palm and use a handsaw to remove excess leaves and outer tissue. The white tissue in the center of the solitary tree near the root can grow hundreds of date palm saplings. The staff prepared the culture medium in advance and added the culture medium to the test tube for culturing the seedlings in proportion. The sterilized date palm tissue is cut into small pieces and cultured in test tubes. After a few days, green shoots will grow in the test tubes. Workers transplant the seedlings into small pots and put them outdoors for domestication. Date palm seedlings are transplanted to plantations when they reach a height of half a meter. Cultivated date palms can bear fruit in about 4 years, while seed cultivation takes more than 10 years. The workers dug a hole in the ground and planted the seedlings 2 meters between the trees, so that it has enough living space. Although date palms are a drought-tolerant, salt-tolerant, and heat-tolerant species, for them to bear fruit as quickly as possible, they must be given adequate moisture. The large cistern in the middle of the plantation serves the needs of the entire plantation. A few years later, the plantation was transformed into a tropical forest. Date palm trees can reach a maximum height of 30 meters, and it is not a problem to live to 100 years old in a natural state. During the flowering season, workers collect pollen from male trees and use machines to spray them on female trees to help pollinate female trees manually. Date palm is a dioecious plant. If a friend gives you a date palm seedling, you will plant it for 50 years without fruit. Don't say that the person who gave you the date lied to you. There is a majestic tree. Where will the fruit come from for you? Therefore, before planting, workers will pick out the female trees, while the male trees are often only planted a little for sowing the female trees, and the date palm will mature about a month after pollination. When fresh dates are dried, they become soft, the sugar condenses, and then they become very sweet. Unlike pure sweet fruits, it is sweet like honey and has a hint of milky fragrance. Because dates are very tasty to birds and insects, workers put net bags on the dates as they approach maturity. Different varieties of dates have different colors. Some are rosy red, while others are golden yellow. During harvest time, large numbers of pickers gather on the plantations. Date palms must be picked manually, which requires a lot of manpower. The date palm tree, which has been growing for more than 20 years, is 5 stories high. After the workers wash their hands and disinfect the fruit-picking machines, they stand on the workbench and fasten their seat belts. The workbench slowly rises and stops at a suitable position. Ripe fruit is easy to pick. Just shake it vigorously and the outer mesh bag will fall off the branches. The picked fruits are placed on the net bag and dropped with a rope. The workers on the ground put the dates in plastic baskets and pick away the fruits that are not ripe enough and the bad ones. Dates ripened on the tree are actually dry, and after washing and drying, they are almost finished. After a truckload of dates is loaded, they are transported to the factory and poured into the assembly line, where workers pick up the second and bad fruit again. The selected dates go through the washing process to remove the soil and dust on the surface of the fruit. The dryer dries the fruit one by one, and then it can be packaged and sold. This is the date palm we see in the market, just a simple treatment. The sweetness of dates is innate, and its sugar content is high. There is an old saying in the Middle East, "One who eats a date a day will not be hungry all day long." That's why it's called desert bread.